Hey everybody, it's Mark, DoctorDeadwax, and it's time for another video. This is after the dig 28, and this is recently, well, not that recently, about 2 months ago, I had to take my wife to Toronto. Cheers everybody. Left Hand Brewing, Nitro Stout. I had to take my wife to her publisher, and then I had to kill half a day because she had a meeting there. So there's a store I like that sells records, and I went to it and I bought some records, and it's a pretty good place. They kind of, some days you get better deals than others, but whatever, I got some good deals today. And it's not a hell of a lot of stuff, so like I said, these have been kicking around for 2 months. We've hit a freakishly cold spell in the summer here. I cannot remember a time in August where we could shut off the air conditioners at night. I do not remember when the weather dropped down to 15 degrees at night here, but cheers. Usually this time of August, air conditioners run non-stop and it's 27, 28 at night, so having a bit of a cool spell, so I'm actually listening to some stuff, and thereby I'm able to turn off the air conditioner, make some videos, whatever. So here's what I got. First I got Gong Gazoos. This was 16 bucks. This is a UK pressing, and it's just on the green Virgin Records, I believe. Yeah. So 16 bucks wasn't a bad price. It also includes the big ass poster, so that's kind of cool too. So just happy to find that. Now, you don't see a lot of Gong out there, and I buy it whenever I see it. Sometimes it's like 40 bucks up here, $40–50 for a Gong record. I saw a warped copy of Floating Teapot once for $35. It's like warped Canadian pressing of Floating Teapot for $35. So warped you could tell without putting it on the record player. Anyway, next, this was 8 bucks. This is Bar Phillips. Journal Violin 2. Is it 2? Yeah. Andrew, he was talking a lot about Bar Phillips once. I think maybe Blake sent him one. Andrew's turntablist. He was up near here, and I was hoping that we were going to get a chance to hang out, but maybe next year. Andrew. But he says this is a great artist, and you know, it's ECM, so I couldn't not buy it. This is a US pressing. Next is some Strata East. This is Live at Slugs, Volume 1. Charles Tolliver, Stanley Cowell, Cecil McBee, and Jimmy Hops. Music Inc. And this is my first pressing on Strata East. I haven't ever found any before, and this was 20 bucks, and oops. And that's what the Strata East label looks like. So, and 20 bucks is, I think, a pretty good deal for that. I'm sure I probably could have done better, but I could have done worse too, so I was happy, because I never see that. It's not the kind of thing you see at record shows around here or anything, so again, that was 20 bucks, so I was happy with that. Next is Victorialand Cocktail Twins. This is a Canadian pressing. This was 15. Pretty standard. Yeah, standard 4AD label. Just been working on the Cocktail Twins collection lately, and I think I'm down to needing later stuff that might be a little bit harder to find, like Bluebell Knoll and stuff like that. But I always liked the Cocktail Twins. Had a lot of it on CD back when I still had CDs. I just dumped 200 more CDs at the Salvation Army recently. I had about 200 or 300 left. I had about 4,000 at one time. I got maybe 200 or 300. I found a box of them downstairs, and I found a bag of them in a cupboard, and just kind of ones I was like holding off on getting rid of before, but I'm just about out of CDs and probably going to get rid of 90% of the ones I found. Directions in Music by Bundy K. Brown, Doug Sharon, and James Warden. This is a $12. This is a first pressing. This is Shimmer and Fade Music. This is Thrill Jockey, 1996. I believe I bought this just because it was Thrill Jockey, but it was $12. But I believe this is something to do with Tortoise, maybe, or that group that put out the record, The Biz, that I've talked about before. God, I just totally blanked on them. So, anyway, next is one I'd never seen before, and it caught my eye. This is Earth Opera, The Great American Eagle Tragedy. And this was I'm pretty sure this is a U.S. pressing. Yeah, it's a U.S. pressing, 1855 Broadway. Oops. So, but the reason why I grabbed this was $10, and it's original gold label. Pretty sure that's the original label on that. And I'm not quite sure what this is, but I think it might be a little bit psych. And next is a record I've been looking for on eBay for a long time. Just trying to find one at the right price, you know, and in the right location. This is Horselips. This is Happy to Meet, Sorry to Part. And this is first UK pressing. I think it's first UK pressing. Yep. From RCA House, London. Unfortunately, the kind of lace style cover has a chunk missing out of it. But this was $20, and typically this is for UK pressing. It's more like 20 to 40 pound online. So I've kind of wanted this for a couple of years. Kind of rounds out my early Horselips collection. But this is a great cover. There's a US cover of this too. I'm not sure if the US cover has this booklet as well. But it's got a bit of a split there, but it's just it's not a split, it's a glue seam needs redone. And then it has the octagonal inner sleeve, and it's on the Oats label. I have some other early Horselips that's also on the Oats label, so this is a really nice, clean copy. So for $20 with a bit of a damaged cover, whatever, to not have to pay $20 to ship it from the UK was worth it, because it doesn't really show up in Germany, which is where I prefer to buy my European records from, because they have a great shipping deal, German Post and DHL, so you can usually get records for $6 to $10 shipped to North America from Germany. That'll cost you 10 or 15 pound from England. So, but anyway, happy to get that. I think there's one more early Horselips I'm looking for. I got the Tane, a UK pressing of the Tane recently that I showed. And then, you know, I don't buy records off lists. I don't buy the best records of every genre. I don't never make mistakes, and this is a classic example of probably a bad buy. This is I Sugini di Campagna. It was $8. It was Italian. It might have been Prague. I'm pretty sure this is pop. I looked it up online, and it seems like they're a pop band. Kind of. I'm not quite sure what you would compare them to, but whatever, you know. Every so often you have to have a bad buy to round things out. And I'm not afraid to show them. And that's it. That was my day in Toronto. Everything there I got for 10% off, and then I also didn't have to pay tax, so I saved 23%. So that was a pretty good discount that I got. I've gotten 25% off and no tax from the same place, so they're kind of all over the map. But that's an unusual batch of records. I couldn't go to a record show and tip and come home with that kind of stuff. I might be able to come home with some Blue Notes if the CBC library gets sold off or something like that. But to kind of find interesting-ish records, Strata East, you know, I've never seen a Strata East ever in the wild, so for 20 bucks too. I think I saw one once for like 85 once, so. And I've seen reissues. There's a lot of Strata East shitty reissues out there. I see those, but I'm not buying reissues, so. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Keep the record spinning.